people who've been in a coma, what shocked you the most when you woke up? I was 34 when the accident happened. Steel beam fell right off the scaffolding and crushed my spine. The doctor said I might never wake up, and if I did, I probably wouldn't walk again. My wife Lauren was there every single day for the first few months. She'd read me books, play my favorite songs, tell me about her day at work. She even brought our dog Buster sometimes, which wasn't allowed, but the nurses looked the other way. But as the months stretched on, her visits got shorter. First, she'd come every other day, then twice a week, then just weekends. By the second year, I was lucky if I saw her once a month. The nurses kept telling me she was processing grief in her own way, and that some people couldn't handle seeing their loved ones like that. 3 years and 2 months later, I opened my eyes. Everything hurt. My throat felt like sandpaper, my muscles had turned to jelly, and I couldn't even lift my head without help. But the physical stuff wasn't what broke me. It was when my younger brother Jason walked into my room holding Lauren's hand, and she was pregnant. Really pregnant. Like 7 or 8 months along. At first I thought I was hallucinating from the medications. Maybe my brain was playing tricks on me after being asleep so long, but when I asked the nurse what year it was, the truth hit me like another steel beam. Jason looked nervous as hell, couldn't even make eye contact. Lauren just stood there crying, one hand on her belly. That's when my mom walked in and saw me sitting up, and instead of being happy, she got this weird, guilty look on her face. "Honey," she said real quiet, "we need to talk about some things that happened while you were gone." Turns out Lauren had leaned on Jason for support after the first year. They'd gotten close, real close. The baby was his. They'd been living together in our house for over a year now. Everyone in the family knew. They just hadn't figured out how to tell me when I woke up, assuming I ever would. The worst part wasn't even the betrayal. It was how normal everyone acted about it. My mom said, "You were gone, honey." We all had to move on somehow. My dad just shrugged and said life doesn't stop for anyone. Even my sister acted like I was being unreasonable for being upset. They'd sold my truck to pay for Lauren's medical bills when she had pregnancy complications. My dog Buster had died 6 months ago, and nobody thought to mention it because they didn't want to upset my recovery. My savings account had been drained for family expenses, which apparently meant Jason and Lauren's new life together. And legally, I couldn't do much about any of it. Lauren had been given medical power of attorney when I went into the coma, so technically she had every right to access our joint accounts and make decisions about our property. The house was in both our names, so she couldn't be kicked out. Even my disability benefits had been going to her as my caregiver. I spent 6 weeks in physical therapy learning to walk again, and every single day Jason or Lauren would show up to check on my progress. They'd sit there holding hands while I struggled to take 3 steps without falling over. Lauren kept trying to explain how sorry she was, how she never meant for it to happen, how they'd tried to resist their feelings. Jason kept saying he'd take care of me, that we were still brothers, that this didn't have to change anything between us, like I was supposed to be grateful. The baby was born 2 weeks after I got out of the hospital. A little girl they named Emma. My mom expected me to visit, to be the supportive uncle, to just accept this new reality they'd all created without me. Instead, I started documenting everything. Every financial transaction, every legal document, every conversation. The legal aid lawyer assigned to my case helped me file for divorce and contest the money they'd taken. Turns out there were laws about how much a power of attorney could actually authorize, especially when it came to major financial decisions. I also found out that Jason had been telling people I'd given them my blessing before the accident, which was complete garbage. We fought about that for months until I finally presented them with the evidence I'd collected. I got back some of my money, but not all of it. Got to keep a small piece of land my grandfather had left me that they hadn't managed to transfer yet. But mostly, I just wanted out of their lives completely.